Liverpool FC is hard as hell. United, Tottenham, Arsenal. Watch my lips, and I will spell. Because they don't just play, but they can rap as well.
Okay, it's that time of the week again. We're back with the Anfield South podcast. Whoop, whoop. No, I shouldn't say whoop, whoop. That's bad, isn't it? That's like some mad 80s style, isn't it? It's me, your boy Slim, host with the most, back at it again as always. And to my left, we've got a guy who seems to have been missing for a little while. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Sam?
So I had to make a comeback, innit?
Yeah,
like, the people then was thinking that fake Sam was the real Sam.
That's what I'm saying,
I'm like, no, I have to come back.
I
have to come back, man.
Good to see you, my brother. Jules in the house, a.k.a. Fridge.
Yep. Again. Thanks very much for hosting me. Well, I'm here.
And of course, a favourite of mine, and I'm sure a few people out there, get me, Leroy, a.k.a. Bayesian Bruce.
Asians in the building, man. You alright, everybody?
Yeah, boy. Hey, listen, let's just get down to it, yeah, because we got shed loads to cover, man. I'm gonna go back first, yeah. Let's go back to Liverpool versus Everton, Merseyside derby. What a great game. Final score was 5-2, but most notably, the lineup was very different. I mean, he made 7 changes. One was enforced, Adrian in goal, because as we discussed in last week's podcast, for me, Alisson did a madness coming out like he was Bruce Grobbelaar, but you know, others beg to differ. But he started with the usual back four, wasn't it? And then it was Winnie and Milner in a 2, and then a 3. Was it like a 4-2-3-1? Would you say, Sam?
Yeah, it was a 4-2-3.
Yeah, a 3 of Shaqiri, Lallana, and Mane, and then our mate Divock up top, and that game.
Can I have 2 takes on that? I thought someone kidnapped Klopp when I saw that lineup. Yeah, that's what I thought at the beginning. I thought, what's going on here?
A lot of people did though, Jules.
Yeah,
a lot of people
group was vexed.
In the Anfield South group, yeah. But I think I chimed in and I said, look, I'm not gonna say anything negative until a ball's been kicked, at least for 45 minutes.
Yeah, he did,
and
to be fair.
I think I was proved right. Because I mean, we started electric, and let's just talk about it straight away. Let's just talk about that pass from Sadio to Divock. That is. Mate, I was salivating at that pass.
Mental.
You know what I mean?
Out of this world. I don't know who it was in the group that compared that pass to Kaka's pass in the Champions League final against us for Crespo's finish. Whoever it was, big them up, because it was on that level.
Yeah, 100%.
How are you gonna bend the ball past 2.5 defenders right into the path, into the running lane, so that all he could do is touch it past the keeper and bang it in? But it was too much.
It was the fact that it was right in that corridor in between the keeper and defender. Like, the keeper couldn't come any further, and the defenders couldn't quite. It was sumptuous.
It was so well weighted that literally, when he took that touch to take himself around the keeper, it was just that. He just had to be there, just turn up, and this is you, bro. You know what I mean?
I think my son could have finished that.
100%.
That pass was that good.
Yeah.
My 12-year-old. Soon to be 13, bloody hell, could have finished that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
Yeah, just amazing.
Don't you think he wasn't getting enough praise for that pass? I mean, the game flew by, but that pass to me was, I won't say it was the highlight because the game was too much, but you can't beat a pass like that. No. Have you seen a better pass this season?
No, pass of the season for me, definitely, without fail.
It was sensational, man.
It just begs the question, Jules, is Mane the best player in the Premiership right now?
It's one of them. But the thing is, we got loads in our team. That's the thing. We've got loads in our team. You know what I mean? I'm wearing Big Virgil, and he put on a show as well in a different game when he scored 2 the week before. So, you know what I mean?
But arguably, Lee, though, Mane, the unsung hero of our team this season.
This guy, I'm singing for him from rooftops. He's my guy. I can't, you know what it is for me? It's just, I've said it before on the pod, his work rate, his attitude, everything about him. I just love it. Like, my shirt is ready for the print now. Like, it's ready. Next time I'm at Anfield, I'm getting my daughter saw it before me, to be fair, because she's got him on the shirt. I like Mane before, but I couldn't really thing with him. But right now, 110%. He is my guy. He's the best in the Premiership right now. I'll be that big enough to say that. Right now, who is on that level? Like, right now, who is firing every week? Yeah, Sterling was doing his thing. And I'm not saying he's not now, But it's just right now, anything Mane does is just fire. Hey.
It's just...
As Sam would say, ooh.
Mane turning you off. You see that?
When I saw that in the thing, I was dying.
You're ready.
I was dying. I was going to scream at
Sadio
you.
Mane. That guy.
Oh, man.
I mean, what could you say about him, Sam, man? Is there enough superlatives for Mane at the moment?
There isn't, man. There isn't. And I think you asked the question, is he the best in the league? I can't think of anyone that's better. How can you have a game like that where you should score a hat-trick, you miss 2 clear-cut chances, but you're still head and shoulders above everybody in the team easily, and you do it so effortlessly. Yeah. I think what you mentioned as well, Leroy, the fact that he works so hard, he puts all other creative players in the shade because he puts the work in. He's up and down. What? And it's just, he has an impact every time he plays. And yeah, I said it to you, I think, a while ago, that this is the season that he outscores everybody in our team, and becomes the star. Yeah, I'm sorry to all them Salah fans out there, and especially in the group, like, you know who you are. But it's his time.
Yeah,
it's his time, and big shout out for him for getting 4th as well in the Ballon d'Or, because that's a massive achievement.
Yeah, it's a big achievement,
massive achievement.
Ballon d'Or, whilst mine's fix, if you ask me, but I respect Lionel Messi. He's one of the greatest players of our time, but I think last season, the way Virgil transformed Liverpool, I just think it's a travesty that he didn't win it. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, you just mentioned fix, and I saw the voting. How can it be fixed now? I was thinking that as well, but it is a voting process, isn't it?
Do you know what? I say fix, but I don't necessarily mean fix in terms of, they rigged the results. I just think people, I don't know, like it's a bit arrogant of me to say they don't watch football to give it to Messi, but
you know what, that's not actually arrogant. You got to remember, these journalists are all around the world, and a lot of them watch only certain leagues.
100%.
You know what I mean? There's people that didn't have Virgil in the top 5. There was someone who chose Trent as 1, I think Mahrez as 2nd. You know, it's all opinions, isn't it? And if they're not watching the Premiership week in, week out like we are, I mean, some of us don't even watch the Liga that often. We just assume and we see, Messi scored again. But unless you're watching them week on week, you can't really make a proper assessment, can you?
But see, for me, the person who's the best footballer in the world, it's not just about goals. It's about how you affect a team, what you bring to that team. And whilst Messi can get the ball from so many yards and dribble, bang, score a goal, excellent free kick or whatever, I just think from where we were defensively to where we are with Virgil, I just think that is what gives it to him. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, people might think I'm going to be biased because I'm a Liverpool fan, but even if as a football fan, you look at it, you've got to see how he's affected the team. Do you know what I mean? And to have that big effect on a team, you definitely deserve to be crowned the best footballer. And as well, I just feel like Messi winning it again, does it give hope to people in the future that they can win it?
Especially for what he's done. Like, it's different when he's done some of the stuff that he's done in previous seasons when he has won it, and you're like, yeah, hands down, he's the man. Or even if it's Ronaldo for that matter. But if he's getting it and he hasn't really done nothing, that's where I see there's no hope, because you think, well, what's the point? Like, innit? I can't. For me, I'm the same. I was talking to my pal who's a gooner, but he's a realist gooner.
They're rare.
Yeah,
they're
but
rare.
he's a realist. Taps
man.
big you up, yeah. No, I've said to him to come down before. But no, he was just saying that, he was laughing. He's going, I don't want you lot to win nothing. But you know what? On that one there, Big Verge should have had that 100%. But it is what it is. I know how it runs, man. You know the system.
That's how it goes. But anyway, Mane, absolutely amazing. And let me think of the other goals. Divock scored the second goal. Again, it was a pass from Lovren from back to front.
Was it Shaqiri?
No, the second one.
No.
Second one.
I was working, so I missed the game.
Yeah, second one was the ball from back to front. Now, some people might say that was a long ball.
It wasn't a long
What
ball.
would you say to those people, Sam?
It was a long range pass.
Yeah.
We did it yesterday. It's not random. It's not just hoofing it. We're picking out specific runs, and Henderson's doing it a lot. Virgil's been doing it for a year and a half now, and Lovren thought he had it in his locker as well, and he pinged that perfectly. Yeah, whereas he done it so well that the run didn't even have to be that great. He put it in the area that made Divock make that run. You know what I mean? And we can call us a long ball team if you want, but we are a team that mixes it up so well that we can make those passes, not just from right back to left back and vice versa, but to go along and to pick someone out.
Klopp said it yesterday, innit? There's different ways to break the lines. You know, you can pass through the lines, you can break the first line and then the second line, or you can break them all together. And I think, like you said, we're mixing it up. We're mixing it up well. Sure you didn't watch it all in full, Jules. I asked Leroy, Lovren's performance in the Merseyside derby. Yeah. What's your assessment?
Overall, I just think I was just sitting there thinking this is one of the points I was actually going to talk about. Like, I thought I quite like Lovren in that sense. I think, as you know, I've got a little soft spot for Lovren.
Come on,
because he hooked me up. But yeah, I mean, I thought he was all right. I didn't think he was that bad. I think you're always going to get a time where Lovren might do a little bit of something a bit mad. Do you know what I mean? But overall, when you think about it, have we really?
Oh
wow!
What are you saying? No one paid the bills, yeah?
Who didn't charge the key?
Wow. Hello.
Don't worry, people. We're gonna stay a little bit professional and keep going. Hey,
power!
I did
have something in mind, but
it's true.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just saying to you. So have you guys really felt the Matip loss? Like, in that sense, because I thought when he went,
it was gonna be a problem.
It was gonna be a madness. But actually, when you think about it, yeah, all right, everyone keeps screaming about this, not getting clean sheets. But when you really think about it, we've actually adapted and done all right.
Go on, Sam.
Do you know what? I got time for Lovren. Just because he's that guy that will always give 100%. And it was almost inevitable that he was going to get injured for me, because he always has this run of really, really good form. Yeah, before like the madness happens normally. But it always seems to be interrupted by an injury. And I actually feel regret for once. As much as I want Gomez to be reunited with VVD, like, I actually feel regret that he's got injured now, because he was in such good form and he was so confident, and there's no disparity of the level of our team defensively when we change people. And that's rare in defence. That's rare. And so, I mean, get well soon, Dejan, but it's just a bit of a shame now.
Is that because Virgil's always there?
He's the constant, granted, he is. But it can always go
see-through. Right, Jules is just
right.
Segue in there. I like that. Go on, man. Because you know what, I was gonna ask Jules. I was gonna say like, are we at the point where it doesn't matter who plays next to Virgil? It's just the defense is just gonna be great because Virgil's there.
Well, it's looking like that. I mean, like I said, the last game, 3-0, yeah. So it's the first time we've got a clean sheet. But with Virgil there, it just looks immense. Like I said, it looks solid.
I'll be honest. I trust Lovren more than I trust Gomez, though. That's just putting it out there.
Yeah,
and I think that's why he's been ahead of Gomez. But in the last time I see Gomez play, he played with it. It's like I don't know if it was a confidence thing. I'm not sure. Yeah, but like now I'm starting to see a little bit. So now him coming into the next game, maybe we might get a bit more of a better Gomez.
But the nice thing, Gomez has always been playing at right back, not centre back. When he's been playing, when the games that he's been playing, he's playing at right back, not centre back. So maybe when he gets this opportunity now against Watford, or when we play on Tuesday or Tuesday night, then he might be.
I don't know. I rewatched the game today, and it was the first time I've seen Gomez, and I thought his touch, his strength, his pace and his confidence looked back to where it was beginning of last season. Bournemouth.
Oh, right, okay.
And I thought to myself, whatever position he played, I was comfortable. I didn't really feel like there was going to be a ball flying over his head and misjudging it or any of that madness. I just felt like he looked like himself again. And
but without going too deep into the Bournemouth game, is that because Bournemouth didn't test him the way the bigger teams have tested Gomez in the past?
Possibly, but he's got to get his confidence from somewhere. And I'm glad that he had that sort of game, because I think now he's going to start coming back into his own. He's been tested in other games and he's come up short, granted. But now he looks like he's fit and he's in form. And it feels like the right time for him to be back in the team.
All right, well, cool. Let's just jump back on the Everton game, because you know what I'm saying? There's still a few more things I wanted to say in that one. But so what were we talking about? Lovren. Some people blamed Lovren for one of the goals conceded. I think it was a cross from the left. Yeah. And then I think, was it Richarlison who
scored the header?
It was Richarlison.
What are you saying, Sam? Do you blame him for that?
Nah. I think the cross coming from the left, Robinson wasn't there.
Trent from the right.
From the right, Trent wasn't there. So firstly, we should have done better on the wings. And the shape of the back four was all over the place at that point. So Van Dijk wasn't in the right position either, but no one's really shouting at him. Richarlison was on before the penalty spot?
Yeah,
and he was completely on his own. I mean...
But I think, wasn't that down to the speed of play where they're dropping and then the crosses come in, but they've dropped, say, too deep, if you like, and then that's when Richarlison's held his run. Because, I mean, it's easier for a striker to hold his run than for a defender to check and actually come back out. So they've dropped, and that's left that corridor in between them and Richarlison, which is where he's headed in. So, for me, I feel it's that the Trent blocking the cross is what's let us down. If he holds up the winger, yeah, I'm not even talking about necessarily blocking the cross. If he holds up the winger, then that allows them to get set, and they stop. They see Richarlison, and then they step back up.
As opposed to running directly towards the goal.
Precisely. So, but yeah, people blame.
I don't blame him for that personally. That was me anyway. He asked me that question. I didn't blame him for that personally.
Fair enough. The third goal. Who scored the third goal? You guys are gonna have to remind me now.
Shaq, yeah.
Was that Shaq? Yeah. Shaq scored that. That was.
It's a mad way you kind of put it in the corner, isn't it? It was odd the way it went in, but yeah, no, it was. Yeah. I'm gonna say he meant it.
It was good to see Shaqiri back in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I thought he was excellent, you know. Considering he ain't played for God knows how long. He looked fresh, he looked strong. He lasted the 90, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Which I was really surprised about. But yeah, big up Shaq, man. It's good to see he's alive. You know, on a basic level.
People get one free, innit?
People were asking questions about, like, where is Shaqiri? People thought he'd done a Sacco. Do you know what I mean? And offended Klopp. But it was good to see him back on the pitch, man. The size of that guy's flipping calves though, man. Jesus.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I don't know how he even moves, man. You know, he reminds me of your guy, Wilfred Bonny.
What do you mean, my guy? Where you getting this? Okay, I shouted out Boney one time 5 years ago. All right. Wait, don't forget Trent's pass though. That ping that he gave to Mane.
Yeah, but I mean, what can we say about Trent that hasn't already been said? I mean,
he could be up there, one of the best in the Prem.
Oh, he's 100%
probably
for me. He's probably the best right back in the league at the moment.
Yeah, no doubt.
I wouldn't say best player, but I'd say best right back definitely. That's the difference. Mane for me is the best player in the league, whereas Trent's the best right back. See what I'm saying?
Trent's doing some bits as well, though. Man.
Yeah, what's Trent? 20, 21?
21, yeah.
Years to go, man.
Doing some bits. But what I was saying is, what I like is with the team, with the squad, the fixtures are coming up, and again, like I said, I thought someone kidnapped Klopp. Then I was driving, I was thinking, maybe they're playing because I think you've got to make 5-6 appearances to get a medal at the end of the season.
Wow, you're making that cool, yeah?
No, but I'm just saying, I'm just thinking that's why you put them in, because of late it's just been the same front three. He changed it up, and I thought, what's he doing against Everton? You know, you always say, it's a derby game, they're going to be up for it, but Everton was shit.
You don't just think he really believed that team was capable of beating Everton?
No, that's what I mean. Well, we did it at the beginning, but he did. Yeah. And the players did.
You're wild with the medal shout, bro.
No, but I'm just saying, you got to make some 5 or 6 appearances to get something.
Yeah, but don't you think, Lee, that him changing it had a lot more to do with the fixtures coming up?
Yeah, he's got to keep it fresh. And the thing is, he's got basically, and I'll give it to him, we have actually kind of stuck to a script building up towards these games. Yeah, when I say that, I mean like trying to keep it as the same as before, keeping the same team and all the rest of it. But he has to trust them. He trusts them, and we have to trust them. But I mean, when I saw that line, I was like, oh my God, this is mad. Because I know what it can be like with Everton. It's like, when I look back, the results against us at home aren't that great for them, but it's always sticky. There's always something in it. And but when I see that team, I thought, ooh. But you know what? I thought, wow.
Well, last season it took 96 minutes for Origi to score.
But the thing is, he's given them, and this is some of the things I was saying to you, Slim, I had to say, innit? What I love about us at the moment is I praised City last season for this year, but the players now are executing the plan. When they go out there, he might say, for argument's sake, he'll say to Origi, I need you to do this. This is what I want you to do. Nothing else. This is what I want you to do. He's doing it. Mane, the same thing. Whatever the instruction is to those players, they're doing it. Because when you look at the end result and the score, we've won. So really and truly, all right, we might have leaked in a goal here and a goal there. It's a mistake, innit? But overall, we've eliminated all those other ones and won the game, innit? I'm so proud of our team. Like, I can't explain to you, like, where we've gone now.
But I think this is why winning Europe helped us. Because now you can believe in what you're saying. You can, you know what I mean? Because we're running games for 96 minutes. We've 16 games, 15 wins. I mean, come on, man.
Actually ridiculous. But from what you were saying, Leroy, is it almost like it doesn't matter who plays?
Yeah, no. Go on,
sorry to cut you. 110%, Sam.
Go on.
Because I was going to say now, I feel like everybody knows the ethos.
Yes.
Everybody knows the roles of the positions. Yeah. So everybody knows if you play wide left, what to do. If you play wide right, you know what to do. So whoever comes in, do you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, for argument's sake, you share and having a job share. Yeah. Me and you having a job share. When you're there, you do it. When you do it, that's what it feels like. And everybody's bought into it, 100%. And everybody does what they're told, and it's
working.
It just works.
It's crazy. I mean, if you think like 2 years ago, could you imagine the panic if Mane or Salah wasn't playing? And the last couple of games, neither of them, each of them's had a rest. Yeah. And we've seen no drop in performance level.
But then you can remember,
it's scary, man.
Against Barcelona, that was the same front three.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, that one, we've evolved, we've matured since then. That for me was just raw adrenaline, raw Anfield power.
That was what it was.
You know, this now, like in a normal run-of-the-mill Saturday game, like that's when the level could have dropped off.
100%.
You know what I mean? They could have thought, it's only Bournemouth. No, I'm talking about Bournemouth today because that was like, 5 changes or 7 changes or something stupid like that.
But we haven't even got there yet. So we don't even know those changes yet, man. Let's just stick to the Merseyside derby, bruv, so we can move on. You know what I mean?
Sorry, host. I know you're trying to control the team, but I ain't been here for a while. I want to talk.
Pull him back. Rein you in.
But yeah, man, everyone's bought into the ethos, and it's great because it just means that in this period of however many games, I think it was like 11 games in 34 days, we can rotate it and give people 100%. A rest. Going back to Trent though, in the Merseyside derby, he was walking the red card tightrope, wasn't he, a little bit?
Who do you remind you of? Young pup in the team from the area, derby, going mad.
Gerard.
Gerard.
When he got sent off.
When he got sent off. When he was, I think 20. Around that sort of time, he just looked like he was too pumped. Too pumped.
Do you know what? I think Andy Robertson had a go at Davis as well. I think we need a bit of that sometimes. You know, like a little bit of niggly,
Robbo's
a little bit
evil.
Of
you know, Robbo's a evil guy, and I love it. The way he goes on, he does it probably every other game. And we're only starting to notice it now from when he did it to Messi last season.
He had a little laugh in Davis's face as well.
Them niggles, man. That little bit of devil is what we need.
It throws you off because I actually thought Everton would come at us and throw the kitchen sink at us in terms of not like a full out attacking, but I thought they would actually try that a bit harder and go to bat for Marco Silva. But obviously that didn't materialise. And we got another manager sacked.
Just before Christmas, man. Not good.
I think you see that whole, because it was on Talk Sport, this whole thing about like the way that the game goes and that, but people are failing to remember the things like when we play United old school, the kind of challenges that would people would throw around. In the Merseyside derbies, it happens, innit? And sometimes you got to get a ref that actually can see it and kind of let things go a bit, but obviously know when to rein it in, innit? Do you know what I mean? It happens in these games.
He got the yellow card, didn't he?
Yeah, no, it happens, man.
And that handball was silly, wasn't he? He was lucky. That was a deliberate handball. He was a lucky boy. Because
they're saying that the Merseyside derby's got the most red cards.
Yeah,
in Premiership history.
Yeah, I think Trent was lucky not to see one.
It could have easily happened. Didn't know.
I know it was good. The Merseyside derby was on Amazon Prime. That coverage, like, just quickly, like, what do you think about the coverage?
I was pissed off, you know,
Were you?
Because we were watching it. We were all chatting in the group, and everybody was at a different time.
Yeah.
What was that about, man?
Do you know
Amazon
why?
fix up.
Yeah. Do you know why?
4G. 5G, baby.
Yeah. I think because it's the internet. I think depending on the speed of your internet depends on how quick you got the.
So
the
what you're
picture.
saying? Because I'm in South, my shit was slow. That's what you're going with, isn't it? These West London cats, you know. I tell you.
Oh, we're too posh, man.
Do you know what? To be fair, mine was behind the time as well. Like, be gentle with the mic, you know. I was
looking to brock the thing, you know.
Look,
Bro, look at what's going on with the thing. Some good toppy there, bro.
yeah, to be fair, mine was slightly behind everyone's as well. I think that was the only downfall. I think obviously if you're watching it on TV, it's live there and then. But with the internet, you're relying on the speed of your internet. Yeah. But I thought other than that, the coverage was okay. To be fair,
other than that, yeah, it was crisp, man. It was Ultra HD as well. So it was really nice, really nice.
I think the day before weren't the best because I watched because I think City played the day before, and I felt it was buffering up. Like first half was awful, but when we played the following, it was good.
I do think these TV subscriptions are getting out of hand though, man.
Oh, it's everywhere, isn't it?
Too many, man.
Like,
I just want my sport in one place.
Yeah.
So I pay for it, and then it's all there. Do you know what I mean? All these differences, BT, Sky.
They're all competing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but it's just that, like, can't they just hold hands and sing Kumbaya and just have one? Do you know what I mean?
Everyone wants that money, baby.
Yeah, but everyone wants it to themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like, share the cake, man. There's enough to go around, but yeah.
She's gonna change on that, by the way. But I'll talk to you about that later.
Yeah, man, not another one. But the fifth goal. Did I do the fourth goal? Did I do the fourth goal? Come on, boys.
No, you didn't.
Mane scored the fourth goal, didn't he?
Yeah.
Remind me how that goal went. Who remembers?
So they had a corner, and we cleared it.
Break, innit?
We cleared it, and Iwobi should have taken Mane out, but he's not.
Yeah.
As Chris would say, football IQ wasn't there for him. Stop the counter attack.
But Mane showed great strength in that goal as well.
Yeah.
He showed absolutely amazing strength.
Gave it to Trent.
Then I think Trent, but I thought Trent was going to pass it to Shaqiri.
We all thought he was going to pass to Shaqiri. He ran the full length of the pitch.
Yeah.
And it looked like Shaqiri was the pass. But he laid it off to Mane. And I was, when he ran up to that, on his left foot, I was like, But the way he caressed and curled that in,
corner.
That was mad, man. Trust me.
I did feel Shaqiri was the pass, though. So I was a bit like, but
took it well.
Again, man.
Can't say nothing to him.
And the fifth goal, man.
Roberto.
What a bit of skill from Bobby. Came on as a sub.
Stop it.
What a bit of skill.
Stop it and clean it.
You know the pass was no look as well, innit?
Yeah,
It's mad, isn't it?
It was only when Liverpool posted it on Instagram the other day I realised and they actually stopped it so you can see like
Spurs a problem.
he needs to behave. I think they're gonna start fining him. Like the FA are gonna start fining him for the disrespect that he did to people. I mean, really, Bobby.
He ruined Holgate, man.
A little bit of justice there after the little allegation Holgate made against him last season. Was it last season?
It was 2 years ago, and Holgate dashed him over the hoardings, didn't it?
Yeah, did that nonsense to him.
But yeah, sent him to the shops, boy, for some chips, boy, and then it was a
Wijnaldum, boy.
Yeah, great finish from Gini Wijnaldum.
Big up Leo. I know he was really happy for that.
I reckon Leo went in a dark corner, boy, with a little picture somewhere. You know what I mean? Yeah, but yeah, so then 5-2, man, some great goals. I think all-round great team performance. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I weren't too concerned about the goals that we conceded either. Because, I mean, there was a lot of talk of we haven't had clean sheets in a while, blah, blah, blah. And I think I said it.
Just the timing, because I think they could have... I think when Mane could have made it... Just before Winnie, he could have made it 5-2.
Mane had 2 chances before Winnie's chance.
And then they had a chance to make it...
Yeah,
Moise Keane
had a chance.
You noticed Virgil shouted at him just before he shot, innit?
Yeah, wow. I saw that on the gram as well. No, he literally shouted at him.
He shouted at him and he shook him.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. Big.
So yeah, but yeah, man. Overall, great performance, man. And
I think 5. I think that's the highest we scored this season.
You know
what I mean?
So most we probably I think it's the most.
Could be really mean like 2-1s, 3-1s.
Biggest winning margin actually. Yeah. 3 goals. Yeah.
No, I was delighted. And that was Klopp's 100th game, and he's like the second fastest manager to how many wins was it? What was it?
No,
Klopp's
100th win.
100th win. That's it. Yeah, Klopp's 100th win. He's the second fastest manager
to get to it.
Done it in I've got 159 games.
Mental.
So you know what I mean, Klopp he's dragging that train along, boy. You know what I mean? The red train marches on, boy. You know what I'm saying. Okay then, Sam, it's your time now. You know what I mean?
I don't even talk about it no more, man.
No, again, with the Bournemouth game yesterday, final score was 3-0. What did we make? 5 changes from that game? Or 7? Was it 5 changes?
If it was 5 for the Everton, it was
1,
7
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 changes for that game. Gomez came in at right back. a midfield three of Henderson, Milner, and Naby Keita came in, and then it was
at me.
I wish JR was here, you know. Ox, Firms, and Salah came in, so Mane had a rest. And big up to Sam, because Sam said, yeah, I feel like Mane's going to have a rest in that game. And I was like, do you know what, Sam, I'm feeling you too. So my fantasy football, the Anfield South
little
league,
shake.
I'm a little bit behind. So I said, you know what, let me take Mane out and put Salah in. And it paid off because Mane didn't play the 90 minutes. But anyway, that's a side story. I think after the Everton changes, seeing these changes, did anybody feel any fear or
It was nice to see Keita back.
It was good. It was good to see him back.
I was like, wow, he's actually, you know what I mean? He's alive.
Yeah. Do you know what shocks me? That he was actually ready to play 90 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Usually, they drip feed players back into a team. See what I'm saying? Once they've had an injury. But go on.
My view on this, with Naby, because I'm very critical of this guy, yeah? This was the perfect game to play him in, because at the moment, it sounds mad, but I'll watch teams knowing who we're going to play next. I'll watch them in the build-up. So Bournemouth, we've got Bournemouth at the perfect time. To be fair, over the last few seasons, whenever we've played teams, I'm not trying to make excuses for us, but we get them when they've just lost the manager, or they've just lost the manager and the new guy's in, and then now they're set 2 games in, so now they're bubbling and it's all the honeymoon period. But we're getting these teams like we got Everton. Everton are going for a torrid time. Boom, we got Bournemouth. You still got to beat them, yeah?
What are you saying about Watford then?
No. See now in the Watford game now they got Pearce. Is it Pearson's?
No,
Is it Pearson?
Nigel Pearson.
Yeah.
Oh, they appointed someone.
Yeah.
I didn't even realise. When did they do that?
Yeah, that's the other day.
Yeah.
But his
Was
kind
he
of
sorry,
go on.
is he the old Leicester manager?
Yes,
that guy.
Yeah. But he's quite rough and tumble. So their whole thing's gonna be he'll try and make them rigid, like, innit? But that's a whole nother story there, Jules. But yeah, going back to the ball. What was I saying about Bournemouth? I lost my
getting them at the right time.
Yeah, putting Naby in. That was a
in,
perfect game to put Naby in, because if that had been like, I can see why he didn't put Naby in against Everton, because that's the kind of game he won't last in, and because that's a game where it could get real tough. And then he'll pull up and be like, yeah. I'm being real.
A weak African, you
No,
know.
I'm not on it, bro.
Shake this tag.
I'm not on it, bro. He's not
Black
on it.
Walani, I think
He's
Drake
not on it. He's not on it. So he's put him in that game, and pretty much I don't want to take all the limelight away from Sank. I know he wants to chat about this game, but I felt in this game, watching this game, I was like relaxed. It's the most relaxed I've been watching us. Honestly, it was like he was doing his thing. Naby was doing his thing. I can't take it, but Bournemouth never really. And I could see, because I've got Nathan Aki in my team, and I was gonna take him out because he wasn't actually meant to play. And that little run he had, who was he chasing down?
Salah.
Was it Salah?
Yeah.
Soon as he went down, he'd already started thinking. Even when he got up, when he went down, he was clutching. And you see the terror on the bench. Their bench's face all like, oh, Lord. Lord, now we've got to go home. Because that's early in the game that's happened, innit?
Yeah.
And they were just ripped apart. From that, they couldn't really. What did you see Bournemouth doing after that?
Yeah,
realistically.
That injury, that substitution, it felt like it was like
it was death.
a knockout punch, man.
Death.
I think, it killed them a little bit.
Death.
But on Naby, Sam, can he be the vital creative force that we need from midfield from now to the end of the season?
I don't want to judge him on this performance, because I know it's harsh to say it's only Bournemouth, but there's been so many false dawns where you see him have a good performance or a good half or a good turn against Crystal Palace or whatever. He does something and we all get excited. And I watched the game, I rewatched the game because I didn't watch it live. And I saw him and I thought to myself, okay, he's always had touch and technique. He's always had that. And he's always had a bit of swagger about him, but he's always been too weak and he wasn't able to dominate a game really for the whole 90 minutes. But yesterday was that time. And I just hope that he can build on it and have confidence to actually look forward and play forward, because everything he did yesterday, he was on the front foot. He was taking the ball forward and he was looking straight ahead of him. And that's what we need, isn't it? That's the guy who's playing the balls in behind for Salah to run onto, for Mane to run onto, and doing that naturally. Not having to think about it, but that's his game, isn't it? And I don't know, I've got a chink of hope for him now. You know what I mean? But that hope is reliant on him getting a run of games, because I think he's a momentum player, innit?
That was going to be my next question. Where do you see his next set of minutes coming from?
I don't think he's going to start tomorrow, Tuesday. So that'll give him time to rest up, get enough massages, all them things, because I know he's hurting already. And for Watford next week, it'll be a tough game because it'll be a physical game for him. But again, we're at home. We should win. You know what I mean? I want him to have that opportunity to dominate a game again. And I think with Henderson behind him, that was all right, you know? That gave him enough protection to kind of be forward running and not have to worry too much about the defensive side of the game. So in terms of our midfield, he is the one naturally creative, gifted guys like that. And so I want to see him play. But
well, him and Ox,
but for me, Ox is running with the ball and striking the ball.
Yeah, Ox isn't so much
Whereas,
creative.
you know, Naby's taking on one player, looking up, and he's sliding the ball through. And we haven't got a player that does that naturally all the time. So I'm like, I think this might be his time, but I don't want to get excited about it because it's just like you said, injuries around the corner or form, or he gets dropped. And then he's not a guy you bring on as a sub, really. Doesn't really make an impact.
Not impact.
So I'm just like, fingers crossed, man. Maybe this is the time because we do need something different in midfield.
But Jules, I said it to you the last time when we watched the Napoli game. If you take Trent out of the game, then you have to add something else in. So Trent didn't start, obviously, so we didn't have that delivery from the right-hand side that Trent gives us. But what Klopp done was bringing that creativity into the midfield with Naby and Oxlade-Chamberlain with that driving force. Do you think going forward, Jules, Naby and Oxlade-Chamberlain can play together in the same midfield?
behind, Fabinho at the back, holding, and then
whether it be Fabinho, Henderson, or Wijnaldum in the 6.
I don't know about both of them.
Why not?
Too open. I think it'd be too open then. It'd be too open. Because like what I was thinking is that now we've got goals for the last couple of games. Like we spread the goals around. Oxlade-Chamberlain scored. Keita scored. So we need goals from midfield, which helps the front three. If I don't score, it helps. Like Virgil scored 2 goals the other day. But both of them, I say one or the other. Not both.
Fair enough.
I don't want to be too open.
Fair enough. I think the way we play, we probably need that defensive cover of 2 sort of holding-ish midfielders, if you like.
Depending who we're playing.
It's depending who we're playing, yeah. I think we looked mad open when, who do we play away? I think it was Genk. And we played the KFC midfield. That was that first time. And we looked mad open because Fab was ahead of the ball a lot. But depending on the style of opponent, because Bournemouth were quite deep yesterday. And so we had a lot of space in front of the ball to run with the ball. So, and we only needed Henderson to hold. So I think the both of them can play together.
Because if we do that, because the fullbacks go forward as well, so that's like 5 in midfield.
But not in the case when Trent's not playing. So imagine Trent was playing yesterday, then we would have been mad overloaded.
Trent did come on though, didn't he?
True. When was that though? That was near half time, wasn't it?
But Finn got injured, didn't it?
Yeah, Lovren.
Then Gomez went to centre back.
But that's what I was going to add on, just to say there. In that game there, Gomez isn't really a right back, yeah. But he was told what you've got to try and give that side, and he was trying to put the ball in.
He did,
and I respect it because he actually did put a couple of decent balls in there.
He did.
Do you see what I'm saying, innit? So that's what I'm saying. The guys are getting the info, and they're playing to the tune that the man's giving them, innit? Like I can't. Like this is one of the things I wanted to pick up on slightly here, Slim, was just when you go back to the days of like Jay Spearing in midfield, Adams midfield, Shuru midfield, you know. Like, these are the kind of midfields that we were dealing with. Then when this guy's come in, he's gone all right, and then he slowly like made his own, like built his own team from the back, like maybe even from the top, because you've had some of these other guys come in, and now when you look at that team, I think I looked at an old team sheet to when he first started to like now. It's like, wow, this is
the levels have been.
It's crazy, but you could see the change anyway in the way we were playing, innit? That's why I think some teams have to kind of, with some guys, all right, like Emery is not the guy. I know this isn't an Arsenal thing, but Emery wasn't the guy for Arsenal. I would love for him to stay there, but he weren't the guy for them, innit? Like, let's be honest, innit? But like, really and truly, some guys, they should be like Poch. How dare Spurs speak to Poch back to bro? Poch gave them their best football, you know. Don't ever do that, man. I'm sorry. But anyway, I don't want to go off. It's a Liverpool podcast here, but I'm just saying, like, these guys, man, need to respect the team, man.
Like,
Because some people were trying to press the red button in our group. I won't say who it was.
I
before.
I understand what you're saying.
They wouldn't Klopp out, bro.
You're basically saying Klopp is the perfect fit for us.
100%.
And some managers fit teams and others don't.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. Like you said, Poch, for me as well, he fitted Spurs. I get it got a bit stale, so they had to make the change. But then you have on the other side of the other end of the spectrum, you got Unai Emery, who just didn't fit Arsenal at all. He didn't get it. So yeah, I get what you're saying.
I think when you look at it now, the only position in the Liverpool team that you would change if you had a transfer window open coming would be the midfield. Because you look at City's midfield, you think, Jabona, Silva, look at them now. They're sort of struggling. Where our front three has always been workmanlike.
You mean our midfield three?
Yeah, it's been workmanlike, It's not, we need that creativity. When we lost Coutinho, made a big difference. And then you got Hendo, it's like, people's like, Hendo's not great. He can't pass, he can't do this. Fabinho, Winnie, he couldn't do that much. But those three work together. You know what I mean? Good. I think it's a balance. For me, it's a balance.
To kind of pick up on what you're saying though, Jules, I think you lose a lot more if you have a midfield like Man City's.
Yeah.
If it's very creative how theirs is, if they're not firing, then you see the drop off.
Yeah.
But if you've got a workman like midfield, there's not really a drop off in the sense of because there's no creativity to lose.
Yeah.
It's just hard work, get the ball, give it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's not much of a drop off in the kind of midfield that we played. Do you know what I'm saying? So
do you know what we've got though this season? I think with the creativity and a few goals we're getting from midfield, we are compensating for the slight drop-off up top. Yeah. Because Salah's not been firing all season. Firms, as much as he's been great, only scored a few goals. And so it compensates for us having that midfield. And they're now starting to produce a few numbers, man, which is what we were crying for last season.
Well, look, the first goal against Bournemouth was a lovely pass from Henderson, the midfielder, to another sort of, he was playing in the front three, but another sort of midfielder, if you like, in Oxlade-Chamberlain. I mean... And like you said, it's not just a long ball. It's not just a hoof it and hit and hope.
It's not.
It's purposeful. You saw Henderson literally look up. He's seen the run and that pass. Like
big up Hendo for that, man. Shit.
And then that one-touch finish from Oxlade-Chamberlain. I mean, some might say the goalkeeper could have come out a bit quicker, but what a great goal, man. What a great goal. It's broke all the lines. Because
I remember a couple of years ago, we used to sing the best midfield in the world. Gerrard, Alonso, Sissoko, Mascherano. I mean, compare that to now, you look at it now, you'd be like, nah. Would you swap people? Gerrard would get in.
Gerrard would get anyone's midfield.
Yeah.
So would Alonso.
You know what I mean? Alonso too,
so
it's
Alonso as well.
But that was a nasty blend of everything you'd need in the midfield.
Man. Jeez,
whereas now we probably are getting a blend of sorts, and it's only now showing the fruits. You know what I mean? So we're just starting up with this midfield.
But I think this team can do numbers. We're setting records already. This team's already set records, but there's other records to get broken. We can get over the 100 point mark.
Jules, man.
I know,
I'm trying to get past Watford on Saturday, bro.
This is why he's called the Gassssman, because he just goes with his tanks, bro, and he just undoes the valve, boy, and just lets it out.
I'm just saying, boy. I'm seeing certain things. It's just.
But you know, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel, Jules, isn't it? Like, cool, innit? Some of us will want to play it game by game, but if you're seeing things and that's how you feel, man. Do you know what I'm saying? He's feeling the confidence. Like, Jules is clearly bought into what Klopp's selling, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Not like the rest of us haven't, but I'm saying, so speak your truth, bruv. You know what I'm saying? If that's how you feel, it would be nice. I think the football we're playing and the way we're playing and the dominance we're showing in the first, what are we in, 14, 15 games? What are we
16
in?
games.
16 games. In the 16 games, it would be nice to walk away at the end of the season with the title and with a couple of those accolades. I'm not going to lie.
Because, I mean, like at the moment, we are going to be top by Christmas, yeah?
We're guaranteed. We're guaranteed that now.
Now, Man City dropped off. They lost against United. Leicester, I watched them today and I was like, wow, they're not going away. They're not going away. But they play Man City in 2 matches time. Yeah. So if we can get a 12-point gap over those two, then I'm not saying anything can happen, but that's losing 5 games.
Do you know what? You need to. Sorry, go on.
No, after you, Lee.
You know what? I beg to differ with you see, like when you see things like 12 points or 9-point leads, yeah. I don't see it as you got to lose like 3 times or you got to lose 4 times. I look at it like if you draw here and you draw there, before you know it, them points are just dwindling away. Draws kill you, really.
Draws kill you.
Do you know what, Lee? You're so right, because the worst form we've had in the last 18 months is 3 draws in 5 games.
There you go.
And that's what lost us the title.
And
that's it,
you know. Draws.
See
what I'm saying? It's not
so
losses.
You're better off losing.
Take losses out the
winning.
the next. That's my thing.
That's one of the titles I want to get from Arsenal.
I know you want that. You want it for the Arsenal man, innit?
Yeah. There's a couple Arsenal man at my work, and
what the Invincibles thing.
Do you want to know something? I've said it. I've said it on national radio. I've said it to people before. Our season, last season, was better than Arsenal's invincible season.
Yeah.
We lost 1 game.
Yeah.
And our points tally was higher than theirs.
Yeah.
And the league is arguably harder than when they did it.
Yeah.
Their invincible season means nothing to me now.
Dead.
Honestly.
But they got the gold trophy and they're never going to have it again. But I'm just saying, accolades that we could strive for is like you tell the players. I know, I'm not saying that we you know what I mean, we're going to go on season unbeaten, but can we keep winning? Like I said, City did that run, 16 games mid-season, but more or less they won them the league. This beginning for us could be what we need to kick on. Like
That
I said, we
microphone
dropped
just doesn't
2
like
points all season, top 2 points against United. Yeah, so it makes other teams.
Still don't like you, bro.
Just hold the thing, man.
Just hold it.
You know what I mean? It just basically just shows you like other teams are like, flip's sake, they won again. You know what I mean? They won again. You know, so it makes it harder. So every time they have to go out, because like, you know, after Man City knew what we did the day before against United, they still turned up, they still lost. But I'm just saying, it makes game after game after game, because we got this little World Championship thing. I want to win that. Yeah, I don't know about you lot, but I want the world title. I want the title. Yeah, we won the Super Cup. I want the world title. I want the gold badge. We get a Nike. I want to go shopping. Trust me. I don't know about you lot, but I want to buy every kit. But sponsorship, you know what I mean, deals that we can get from that, being world champions, it could be big. You know, so you know, I don't know about the Villa game. I don't know who we're going to play with the Villa game. I don't know.
Yeah, the kids
it's all right. If we need to lose 1 game in December, that's the game, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Cool. Yeah, that's it. I won't lose any sleep over
that. Deep.
Do,
Sorry, go on.
No, so I was going to say about that, you know, like those 4 youths that are in the first team, they're going to play that game and then be flown out.
Flown out, yeah.
What do you think about that, man? Like,
do you know what? I don't think they're being flown out to be on the bench, so I don't think that's a problem. And I think they as kids, they'll be so excited and happy to be involved in both games. So I don't think it will affect the team or affect them in any way slightest. Anyway,
it's going to make that team stronger. That's for sure.
Definitely.
Definitely. I'm like, okay, if we need to lose a game, cool. But imagine we win that game.
What, the Villa game?
Yeah,
that's going to be scary.
That's just like shit, man.
Another one.
I've been looking for the voodoo dolls and stuff. Someone's doing some stuff. So I fully expect to lose that game. The reason why is because I fully expect the experience of Aston Villa to be too much for the kids, and especially it's away as well, innit? So I don't want to lose. Don't get me wrong. I never want to lose anything, but I'll take it if I have to. You know what I'm saying?
Just going back to what you were saying earlier, though, about Leicester. Yeah, this is something again I mentioned on the podcast last season, where I was saying about City had the experience of a title charge, and in our side we only had like Milner, who was at City when he went for the title, Hendo when we had that little Brendan's
30,
little
40,
thing one. So other than that, the rest of the guys in the team never had that. But last season, they all tasted that, and they've all come back hungry this season. I don't know what Klopp's done with them.
What's that mean?
I don't know, but I mean, I felt it when we were up there for that Wolves game. When I was up in the pub and that, and then out in the streets, I felt like even the fans, we weren't. Well, you're a little bit disappointed, but everyone overall was like, yeah, I gave it a go. Leicester, on the other hand, yes, they won a title a few seasons back, but when you actually look at their side, it's Vardy, their keeper Schmeichel, their back line's different. All right, they got Evans in there, so he's got experience in there. But other than that, your Drinkwaters, your Kantes, your Wes Morgans, your Sims, they've gone. So really and truly, this is new ground for them.
What are you going to say? They're going to.
I'm not saying they're going to crumble. The next thing is Rodgers has had one thing is though Rodgers had that with us. He made mistakes with us. So now he'll know now where not, because he's in exactly the same position he was when he was with us, in the sense that they're not in Europe and like they're not got they've got like a clear run.
Hashtag clear run.
Yeah.
Hashtag clear
So
run,
it'll be interesting, but I do think they're gonna come stuck a little bit. That's the thing. But I don't care what others are doing now, because we've put ourselves in a position. It's in our hands. Whereas before we were looking, even the City game. I actually watched the United game and the City game. Like, I don't give a monkeys what happens. Yeah, it'd be great if United win.
Well, that's
is what it is.
I'll be honest with you. I was just hoping City didn't win against United, because I just feel like they're not. For me, if anyone else begs to differ, please do say so. For me, City losing that game cuts them off from the title.
Come on, man, 14 points.
Yeah.
I don't care how good City think they are. You know what I mean?
George is like, I'm not having that. You ain't coming back.
No,
from that.
for real.
It's
14
on us.
points. I mean, it's down to us. It's we have to believe now that, you know what I mean, we can do something. Like, I had a little sketch I wanted to do, but I'm going to save it. But you know,
save it.
I'm going to save it. But you know what I mean?
It scares me with your thing as well. It's a bit too early.
For people that don't know Jules, aka the Gassssman. Yeah, he could be wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he believes, he believes. So you know what I'm saying? You can't hold him down. But like I said, man, that's cool, innit? That's how you feel. So you feel, innit? We'll look forward to that one next time. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't going to ask the question, but Leicester are only title challengers.
Are they?
Definitely
You're
not.
asking me? Yeah.
I'm asking everybody.
Yeah, do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't totally write off City personally. 14 seems like a lot, but they can get their head down. I think the only thing that's killing them right now is that whole centre back problem is not them for 6. Even if they try and bring someone in January, you gotta hope they hit the ground running. That's the problem, and that's where that could have killed us. Matip going out so early, it could have hurt us, but it hasn't. You see what I'm saying? So big up Klopp, man, and the rest of the boys for just sticking to the plan.
I love how we don't know what
deviate,
what's Matip's injury? Do we actually
We know it's his knee. That's it. We don't know if it's a
I
ligament.
love
we don't
the
know.
secrecy around our players and their rehab and
They
whatever.
never have a return date, you know.
No.
Man could be out for the whole season.
Like, you're back when you're back in it.
He could fully be out for the whole season.
Yeah, we wouldn't know shit. Be like, yeah, there's your medal.
Yeah.
All done.
Fully be out the whole season.
It's mad. I love the way we run at the moment. So I didn't even go through the other goals. I'm trying to think who scored the second goal.
Salah's pass.
Naby. Yeah, that's it.
Back heel.
Naby had a little drive, rolled it into Salah. Salah held it, a little back heel, and then Naby sorted his feet out outside of the boot.
We thought Salah was being a bit greedy, but he got his goals as well.
I'm not even talking about. I don't want it. I want to hear that greedy talk no more. That it's to me, it's a myth, and if people think otherwise, fair enough, cool. But I'm not even gonna go there again. Salah has been. I don't want to say hot and cold. He hasn't found the back of the net in a while, but for me, his all-round contribution has always been there. So do you know what I'm saying? It was nice to see him pull off a little back heel and a little to Naby and set him up. And I think it was nice for Naby to get a goal as well, man.
Yeah,
do you know, like
he returned the favour, innit?
Yeah, having been out for so while. Yeah, and there you go. And then Naby with the pass to Salah. I mean, it wasn't quite on Mane's level, but
It's great pass, great weight.
To see that someone from midfield playing that pass is the kind of thing we've been missing out. That's the kind of thing Phil Coutinho would do from midfield, and then going before that, Gerrard would do from midfield. And I think
Alonso.
Yeah.
Do you know what he does on a basic level, Naby? He passes the ball and he follows his pass. It's like our old midfield don't generally do that because that's not what they're told to do. But he naturally does that, and so he's gonna look for a return. And Salah pulled that out of nowhere for that. And yeah, great performance, man. I can't knock it at all.
Do you know what? I heard some people, like some pundits, say that we made Bournemouth look average. Like, would you agree that we were that good that Bournemouth looked like? Somebody actually said,
but Bournemouth are average, aren't they?
Cause I was listening on the radio and it was like the goal was coming. The goal was coming. It's coming. I was like, come when? You know what I mean? And then, to me, when listening to it on the radio, it did sound like we were just attacking. We had the freedom. Their ground was our ground.
What was the better performance for those that watched both for Leroy? Because you watched both games, Everton or Bournemouth?
I preferred the Bournemouth one. When I talk about it's about control for me. You control the game from start to finish. As a fan, I don't care if some people might say it's boring, but I love it because you're just like, yeah, okay, cool, I'll take this. Even that game had finished 2-0. It's not. It's like it's a win. It's a clean sheet, and the teams we roll on. We go on again. The
first clean
confidence
sheet since Sheffield United away, bro.
Yeah, man.
That was a long time ago.
But you know what I was gonna say as well. It's about one thing with Naby. As I say, I want him to do good. It's an important goal he scored. It's not like we had say it was like he scores the third goal. Now it's a route, like, innit? They're open. He scored. To me, that goal he scores, that goal was an important goal. Because now you put our noses out properly in front. You know what I'm saying? I mean, his contribution throughout the game is nice. So I'm just hoping he does kick on. I don't want him to be. It's not like I want him to be, but I mean, he's on my shirt, bro. Like I want this guy to do well.
Nobody wants him to. Nobody wants him to flop. But
I'm just saying.
I think we're all very skeptical with him because like you said.
I don't want him to turn like an Aquilani.
Yeah, you've come in, you've done it for one game now. We need to see it every time you get minutes on that pitch. We need to see it consistently, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, overall, the Bournemouth game,
sensational.
For me, it was a professional performance.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Clean cut. You know what I mean? And Lovren going off injured. I've read it's not really anything serious. It's just a knock. So he might even be back for Tuesday. Not that he needs to be back because I think Gomez can.
Would you put him back in if he's fit?
Yeah, if he's fit, I'll definitely put him back in. I'm a person. I like my back four to stay settled. I don't make changes unless necessary.
Fair enough.
It's just my opinion. You know, we spoke about the Manchester derby, and I want to touch on it. I want to talk on the racism that was seen at the Manchester derby, man, because I just feel like this problem, it's getting worse and worse. I mean, it's come in a week where it's all about LGBT and they're highlighting that cause in the Premier League with all the rainbow colour stuff and that. But we still got people in the stands doing monkey chants. And I mean, I don't care what team it's against. Something's got to be done about this. Do you know what I mean? How do you go to work? Because ultimately these footballers are going to work and you have to put up with that. I mean, it's just not on. And then on the back of that, people are actually saying, like, aiming it at Raheem Sterling as he's come out about racism before and being the face of racism. And basically people are saying because it's his own team, he's not doing anything about it. I mean, come on, man. The guy can do a lot with a football at his feet, but do you know what I mean? He can't change a whole, not even, I can't say a whole nation. He can't change
a group of supporters.
A group of supporters who want to think with that mentality. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to grab you lot's take on the situation and grab you lot's take on how you feel about people saying Raheem Sterling needs to come out and actually say something.
I'll let you have the floor.
Do you know what? It seems like a lot of the negative comments towards Raheem were from Liverpool fans as well. They went at him on Twitter and basically said, you know, why wasn't he saying anything? And I think we overplay the hatred for Raheem. Do it on a match day, cool. Put him off his game. I get
that's
that.
Gamesmanship.
That's gamesmanship. That's cool. But having this overwhelming desire for him to be the target, for Liverpool fans especially, it needs to stop. And when it comes to the whole racism aspect, it's like, what are people expecting him to do? Why is he's not the self-appointed spokesperson. He's just somebody that spoke up. Yeah. So he shouldn't be expected to comment on every incident that happens, whether it's his team or not. And it's not his fault that these things are happening, especially yesterday, just the pure worst circumstance, the fact that he was standing there. It's like people are going at him and it's wrong. What should he have done for those people that were going at him? What should he have done? Gone to the crowd and said, oh, no, allow it, calm down. What's that going to do? Apart from antagonize them more, and all of a sudden he becomes a target.
Of his own fans.
Of his own fans. And that will happen, you know. That will happen.
What worries me is that with people, the way they're sort of picking at Raheem Sterling, is that it's going to make other black players afraid to stand up and speak out on the situation. You see what I mean? Because what Raheem done at the time was brave, to stand up and speak about it. So, and I just feel like now with fans saying, oh, this, that, and the other players are going to look at it and be like, oh, if I say something, I'm going to catch that energy. I don't want that energy. Do you see what I'm saying? Which is not a good thing. I mean, any racist, homophobic behaviour should be stood up to by any and everybody, in my opinion. And with fans acting like that, I just feel like, yeah, man, we're going down a dark road in football with this behaviour, man. And Yeah,
wasn't the Italian press did some sort of madness as well?
Oh yeah, the Black
Friday thing with Chris Smalling and Lukaku.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's, to me, Italy's always been like that. I mean, if you ever,
England's been like that as well.
No, but I'm saying, but what I'm saying is, well, could you? That wouldn't have, as much as bad as the press are here with things, you would not get that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Do you know what though, Lee? You know it happened live on TV.
What's that?
With it was like
Go
a
on.
Good Morning TV program or something like that. And there was a white host and he had a black co-host, and he was chatting blah 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 blah, and he was like, "Yep," and we've just had Black Friday, and he pointed at her. You must have seen that.
Wow.
You must have seen that. And it's like, it was a bit of a laugh and a joke at first. It was going around on the WhatsApp groups. And I was like, bruh, he did that off the cuff without even thinking.
Wow.
Without even thinking. And then he pointed to her when he said Black Friday. And I was like, bruh, that happened here.
Yeah, no, I see. But that's what I'm going to say. In football terms, in Italy's a bit funky, but in football, I'm a big, I used to watch Italian football all the time. I remember when, I'm not going to thing on it too much, but Clarence Seedorf, I remember scored a winner for AC Milan for them to win the Scudetto, yeah. And the commentator at the time, yeah, he was kind of like, he's on the same level as what Andy Gray was in that aspect, innit? And he's on when Clarence is running with the ball, he's going Willy Wonka, Willy Wonka, wow. Willy Wonka, King of Chocolate. Was it El Chocolata, which is King of Chocolate? Like he's calling him the King of Chocolate, bro. On TV live, like when you go home, go on YouTube, type in Willy Wonka, Clarence Seedorf, and it comes up. It's deep. It's deep. And as for Sterling, you know what killed Sterling? There was a game that they played, and it was just after this whole Bernardo Silva malarkey, yeah. And they managed to collar him after the game, and they spoke to him, and he was a bit like a
deer in the headlights.
100%. And I think I spoke to you. I spoke to someone about it because I was like, oh man, you should have. That was an interview he should never have had. Yeah, because that's what they want to do.
In front and center.
Yeah, that's what they wanted to do. And they got him. The hook, line, and sinker.
The poster boy's okay.
Yeah,
so,
coming in. Do you know what I mean? Even that thing with the whole. I don't know what people's take is on that thing with Bernardo Silva. Sorry, but personally, if you're gonna charge this man with racism, like for this thing. How is he getting some dead ban? Like that's dead. Game. Like you got to get the same thing. You've got to set a thing throughout. Like innit? That's why for me this racism thing will be there forever, because what it is in everyone. Yeah, there is some sort of thing in them where they're a certain way in it. Yeah. Now what happens is, when you go to these games, kids are with their dads, so or uncles, whoever it is, and they soak up that energy in it, and then they take it on, and then they pass it on to their kids. So unless you kind of nip it in the bud, all this thing with them wearing these armbands, I don't have nothing with that. The only thing I have with that is that no player can actually, apart from Fashanu, can come out, because after what happened with him, how he was hung, you know what I mean? It's like, no, but you can hide that now. You could hide, but you can't hide if you're black, Hispanic, whatever. You can't hide that. Do you understand what I'm saying? If they could, do you know what? They probably would. Because who wants to be chanted out as a monkey in a game? Really? So that's why I think my thing on this is I'm real passionate about. I think there comes a time now where if you're going to push this energy towards this wearing these armbands, you got to give the same energy to kick it out. And if you're not, forget it. These boys, you know what? That's why I would say footballers, when people go, oh, they get too much money. No, they don't. They don't get enough. That's my view. Because who wants to? You could be walking on the road, Sam. If you were a professional footballer, you could be walking on the road with your missus and your kids. Someone comes up to you and calls you something. You could be in a game playing and a guy's calling you names, calling stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? You couldn't pay me enough for you to try and... Because anyone says that about you, you're ready to have an argument with them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So no, that's my thing. I don't want to take too much thing.
Powerful. I think the punishments have got to be severe, man. Have got to be severe so people think twice about doing this kind of behaviour.
Trust me.
Behaviour at football, man.
Sorry, lads, I went off on one.
Nah, it's cool.
No, it's cool.
It's cool. Seriously, I had with the production team in brackets. You know what I'm saying? We had the discussion about whether to talk about this, and they didn't want to talk about it, but I decided that I needed to speak.
Fair play to you, man.
What I'm saying? So I just think.
Respect. Yeah,
these issues have to be spoken, and obviously, as people know, being many black men on the podcast ourselves, I don't think it's something that we should ignore. Do you know what I'm saying? So we've spoken on it, our feelings have been known on it, and let's just hope something gets done about it. Do you know what I mean? Just quickly before we wrap it up, We got Salzburg in on Tuesday, which is a must win. Well, a not lose.
Yeah.
And as people know, you can never go into a game to not lose. You have to win it. Do you know what I mean? Do you see many more changes, Sam, for this game?
Lord.
No, I see the preferred starting 11.
Yeah.
Which will be Winnie, Hendo, and
Because Fabinho's not there, is he?
yeah, maybe Milner might start in that midfield as well.
I want to see Oxlade-Chamberlain come in that midfield.
With those two?
Yeah, with those two. Yeah. What about you, Jules? See any changes?
Yeah, I want to see Ox. The front three will be the front three.
Yeah.
If Lovren's not there, then Gomez. But yeah, I would like to see Ox in this game in midfield.
About yourself, Lee?
Do you know what? People shoot me for this. I'd rather have Milli Vanilli in there with Hendo and Winnie in it.
Fair enough.
The only reason being is that I'm a guy that I like to if we can grab something with having that already there, then you kind of already then we can kind of think to the game, adapt to how the game needs to be. I want security in it first.
That's what you're trying to. You're trying to secure the bag. If you
security,
a goal or two, and then know you've got that security.
You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just me.
No, that's fair
just
enough.
me.
Your opinion's how you feel. Can be interesting. We're gonna find out. Anyone want to throw a score prediction out there quickly?
Nah, I'm alright, thanks.
No. You're just saying the W, yeah?
It's a W.
What about you, Sam?
0-2, mate.
Really? Don't think they'll score? They got that guy up front who's scoring in like every game or something. That's scoring 2 or 3 a game.
This Bournemouth game is the start of our clean sheet run.
Okay, fair enough. You heard it here first, boy. You know what I'm saying? Sam reckons.
What about you?
That clean sheet. Me, I see a 3-1 Liverpool. Okay. Yeah. But we're gonna see. Anyway, boys. As I always say, I'm starting to say all the time now, man. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah. It's time to wrap it up. Boy, I've been your boy Slim as always. You know what I mean? Today we've had Sam with us.
Yes, good to be back, people.
Jules been here as well.
I'll get you next time, peeps.
And Leroy.
These young Bruce.
Alright, until the next time, people.
Cool. Peace.
Oh my word, that's unbelievable, it really is. I think they should stick to playing football. Terrible. What do you think, Kenny? Oh yeah,